Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. I feel like for my whole life, I have believed that unless I am happy and laughing and making jokes, then people aren't going to want to be around me. And people only want to hang out with me if I'm being positive and outgoing, and like I have to bring that version of myself to the table or I'm just kind of going to be annoying. I feel like that lie has kind of been stemming in my mind for multiple reasons, but specifically it's gotten worse in the most recent years because there was someone in my life not too long ago that would tell me that, hey, I don't like you when you feel this way or that way. Like, I only like you when you're this happy, peaceful, happy-go-lucky, positive person. And this person was a really big role in my life at the time, so I kind of took what he said and ran with it. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I can't feel anything other than like peaceful and happy and pleasant to be around. That kind of became like a covering for myself. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm normally a pretty positive, happy person. That's not a bad thing, but it does become a bad thing when it starts to be a shield that you're hiding behind. Due to the circumstances in my life right now, there's kind of a lot that I'm going through, and there's some serious stuff that I have been feeling, and I got really scared the other day because I felt like, oh shoot, am I ever going to get myself back? Am I ever going to be that happy girl again that people all want to be around and people all want to hang out with? Because I started to annoy myself. It's like I woke up and I was sad again, and I'm like sick of being sad and I'm sick of being upset. There was a comment on one of my videos saying, hey, you should make a video about all the good things in your life. Like, we want to hear about that. It seems like there's always something wrong. And that made me feel shame, and it kind of triggered this like bad feeling about myself where I thought that, hey, I'm only worth being around if I'm happy. But you know what, you guys, last night I was hanging out with a friend, and this friend I was noticing was so in touch with how she was feeling. She was so in touch with the different emotions in her heart that when she would feel something, she was so aware of it, she would bring it up and then she would go process it, and there was nothing more inspiring and motivating than that. And I thought, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be and what I want to do. And so you guys, right now I'm at this place of just wanting to be comfortable with the feelings that I'm feeling. So like when I'm mad, I want to process why I'm mad and get through that instead of just putting a big shield and being happy on it. Because you guys, I like people a lot more when they are who they are. When they are feeling what they're feeling and they're honest with themselves and they're honest with me. It's like when I ask you how you're doing, I want to know how you're doing. I don't want you to say good, fine, and move on. You guys, those are the kinds of people that we need to have in our lives. People that actually care about our heart and where we're at. And you guys, I feel like Jesus is telling me that, like, hey, no, you're not going to have your old self back. You are, in fact, they're going to have a new self, because when we go through stuff, we learn stuff. We become wise. Experiences change us, but it's not always bad. A lot of the times, it's good. And I feel like that's kind of what's been going on with me this week, is that I'm kind of like shedding off old skin, shedding off old leaves, and like transitioning into like a new season, but not just a new season, but kind of a new self. I feel like there's good things that are about to happen. And I'm processing and I'm learning about forgiveness and moving forward. And guys, forgiveness is hard. I didn't realize how hard it was. One quick thing, forgiveness does not always mean reconciliation. And that's something that I've kind of come to terms with. So, you guys, if you have any advice on forgiveness, I would love for you to put that in the comment section below for me, because that's something that I'm working through right now and I really just want to get a grip on, because there's different parts of our hearts. And some parts of our hearts feel like we have to put a shield to cover up other parts of our heart that we're kind of scared of exposing or scared of letting the world see. And I learned that this week about myself, and it was really insightful. And I really just want to encourage you guys to feel how you're feeling. Don't ignore certain things that you're feeling. Like, it all matters. Check in with yourself, and yeah, bring it out with people that you know and people that you trust, because covering up those parts of your heart, I feel like, is actually preventing other people from experiencing freedom, from experiencing connection. And that's what I noticed this week. It's like, without all the hard stuff that I've been going through, I would not have the deep relationships that I have. I would not have the deep friendships. I would not know the level of love that people have for me. It's kind of like the movie Inside Out. It's like when we go through hard stuff, that's when we get to see people's true selves. That's when we get to connect. When we're sad and we're crying, someone gets to be there for us. Someone gets to walk through that season with us. If I was happy all the time, sure, I'd have friends, but I would not have the level of deep friendships that I have right now, and I'm really thankful for that. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to be a part of what I'm doing, then please click the link in the description box below to go to my Patreon page. That's where you can get more involved. Or if you guys want to support my ministry school that I'm about to go to, I'm going to put a link in the description box below for that as well. I need your guys' help, and I would be so honored if you wanted to be a part of this voice that I'm trying to make louder. So click that box on the side of the screen for Patreon, or in the description box below there's a link, and that's where we're going to be continuing the conversation and just being a family. Okay guys, I love you, and I'll see you next week.